you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them.
He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there.
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
Nope, game's not over. Just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. I'm not sure how much of this one we're going to get in. We got some problems going on with the internet. Comcast still has not put fiber in the hood, so if I'm spooling on your channel, it's not me, it's them, and we'll figure it all out. But I'll try and get in as much as we can. If it gets too bad, I'll have to shut it off. Like right now, it's telling me I got one bar, and that's not good. All right, Talk to Team Tuesday. What is going on in Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and New England? Good God Almighty, all three of them. What in the world? Where's Keith Henry? I need to know what's happening down there. Where is Alonzo Highsmith and all them? What's going on with Green Bay? And what is going on in New England? I think Mac Jones is done in New England. I think he's going to be a healthy scratch for the rest of the season as long as Mr. Zappy can't play. If Mr. Zappy's in there, there will be no Mac Jones. I talked to a New England fan, Todd Malcolm, and Todd says he thinks that they ought to keep Mac Jones and not trade him to a team like the Colts. Don't trade him because his rookie deal is very manageable, very affordable. But I don't know. That was very interesting to see. You don't normally have quarterback controversies like that in New England. You don't normally have quarterback controversies like that under Bill Belichick. And I said it at the beginning of the year. I'll say it again as I talk to somebody else's team. The biggest loss that the New England Patriots have suffered this year was Josh McDaniels. I mean, listen, that man, like him or not, don't like him, think that he can only do it with TB12. That man made some magic happen with that young quarterback last year. And I don't know, call it a sophomore slump, call it whatever you want. Mac Jones is not the same player under Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. So, I hate it for the young man. I thought he played above his head last year. I said that, and now we're starting to see that out of the young man. But I think he's done. Bill Belichick is not going to come out and announce that Zappy is going to be the quarterback for the rest of the season. He is not going to do that. But he should. He should. They're a different team under Zappy than they are under Mac. It's obvious to even the layman. So that's there. Again, New England got beat there at home too. You got to put that in perspective. New England lost to Chicago 33-14 at home in Foxborough. That's huge. That doesn't happen on any given Monday night. So again, congratulations to Buffalo. Congratulations to young Justin Fields. Congratulations to the coaching staff. But New England, what in the world? What's happening? And then Green Bay. Oh my God. What in the world is happening with the quarterback up in Wisconsin? I gotta pull this up for myself because every now and then I wonder if my stuff was just off. So let me see, week 7, NFL, and then I go over to Green Bay and Washington in Washington. And on mine, now it could be different on yours. On mine, it says Washington 23, Green Bay 21. I know that's got to be wrong. My app has got to be broken. I know my app has got to be broken because wasn't it Green Bay 23, Washington 21? Didn't that quarterback up there? I call him DK. I call him DK. Didn't DK pull it out like he always does? Apparently not, because they lost to Washington in Washington. And don't look now, but the team up in Green Bay has lost not 1, not 2, but 3 games in a row. They've lost 3 in a row, and let me give you the names of the teams that they lost to in the final scores. They lost to the New York Giants 3 weeks ago, 27-22. They lost to the New York Jets. Watch this score, 27-10. And they lost to the Washington Commanders 23-21. And let me just see how the quarterback in Green Bay, I mean, he was his kind of sort of normal self. 23. No, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. He was 23 of 35 for 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and that's mediocre. And I don't want to hear about the wide receivers because remember, he had nothing to say when Adams got traded away. Had nothing to say. Had nothing to say. When, I knew about it. I'm good. We're going to be fine. Relax. All that. Bro, y'all lost 3 in a row to Washington, the Jets, and the Giants. And oh, yeah, by the way, you got the Bills coming up next. Could Green Bay be about to lose 4 in a row? Could they be about to lose 4 in a row? All of a sudden, that game on October the 6th against the Lions in Detroit doesn't look like a gimme for Green Bay anymore. It doesn't look like a gimme. And don't nobody appreciate and enjoy this more than me. Nobody does. Nobody does. Last year, he was throwing his little nasty feet around. Last year, he was running around lying to everybody's face. I'm fully immunized, not vaccinated, and then had the nerve to blame us for him lying. And then he called his friends out. Oh, my real friends are defending me. Where are my real friends? He ain't got no friends. No, I'm kidding. Let me be nice. You got friends. He's got friends. Be nice. Be nice, Erica Cross. Be nice, y'all. He's got friends. They ain't helping him win this year, though. Green Bay, 3-4, and they're second in the NFC North. I had Green Bay winning the NFC North handily. I'm not even going to blame Matt LaFleur for this mess. I'm not. You can, and you're free to do that. I'm not going to blame him. When you got that much drama coming out of that important of a position, it's going to affect everybody around. He called out the wide receivers week 1. He called out somebody else week 2, called out somebody else week 3, and now all of a sudden they've lost 3 in a row. Green Bay, hey! Got to take a break. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street y'all done had problems, maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Set the world record, and I lost concentration and I fall off that hurdle. I was devastated.
Posición game ball de Canadá, dominando la prueba, y la estadounidense Sharifa Blackdale está en.
When I fell over that hurdle, it ended my career. And then all of a sudden, my coach grabs me by the throat. And I was going through some paperwork and seeing that he had spent 10 years in prison. And I was just like floored. It turned to domestic violence. I was terrified. So if I left, I don't know if I was going to die. My family didn't know if they was going to get a phone call to say that Sharifa was dead.
Yeah, I said radio. I said a vehicle took a shot at me. Southbound on East 95th.
Broke the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles. Represented the United States of America.
Imagine being on the biggest, fastest roller coaster that you have ever been on. That's the way my life was for 20 years.
I never had no trouble out of her being what she wanted to be. Because if this is what she wanted to be a runner, well, God bless her, and he did.
All right, the last hurdle, a true Olympian story, the life of Dr. Sharifa Barksdale. We are in the presentation phase. Again, we just finished the editing. We finished last shots and interviews and what have you a few months back, and now we are in the presentation phase and been having some good traction. So just hang on. And for those who do this because it's we need it. All right. So now I'm done talking about Green Bay, done talking about the quarterback up in Wisconsin. Man, couldn't happen to a better dude. Couldn't happen to a better dude. I know they're probably going to end up in the playoffs, but right now I'm loving every minute of it. All right, let's go down to Tampa Bay. What the heck is going on down there? I mean, for real, what the heck is going on down there? Let me open this up because I'm getting text messages from people who know that they can text. I want everybody who can. You can text your comments or statements in about your favorite team, Talk Your Team Tuesday, on 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Or you can email aj@jonesmediaandent.com, aj@jonesmediaandent.com. You can even call in. I'll take call-ins today. 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. I'll take your calls today. I want to hear what you got to say, especially if it's about Green Bay, Tampa Bay, or New England. I will definitely take those calls. So Tampa Bay, I probably should have the same energy that I have about Green Bay, but I don't. If you've ever been through a divorce that you didn't want, you don't know what that man is going through. If you've never been through a divorce that you didn't want, a divorce, not a marriage, a divorce that you didn't want, then you don't know what that man is going through. That man, his body's here with us, but his mind is on the other side of town in my OJ's voice. I mean, you think you can put it in a compartment and lock it up and then get back to it after a game, but there's too much mental stuff happening in a football game as a quarterback that causes that stuff to leak out, causes that stuff to come out. And man, when you're a fine-tuned athletic machine like Tom Brady is, any drop of something that doesn't belong there makes everything off. It makes everything off. So No, Tom is not playing well. And, you know, they lost again. And this time, they didn't even get in the end zone against Carolina. They lost 21-3 to Carolina. Tom Brady, 32 for 49, 290 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. That's not Tom Brady. And I'm gonna go there. Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles have got to figure that out. You have Tom Brady at quarterback, but you don't have Tom Brady at quarterback. You got a emotional wreck, Tom Brady. You got a mental mess, Tom Brady. You got a Tom Brady that really should take a family leave of absence right now. Let him finish his business. Let him come back and let him do his stuff and go from there. But right now, this Tom Brady, he ain't all there. He ain't all there. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just telling you, it's not easy. And people want to sit back and they want to talk about what Tom could be doing, should be doing, what he should worry about, what he shouldn't worry about from a sofa or from a bar or from a stadium seat. And reality is, if you've never gone through it for yourself, you have no idea. You don't even have the capacity to understand what Tom Brady did. And all the money in the world doesn't change it. All the women in the world that he could possibly have, the one woman that he wants, he's not with, and it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to work this thing out. But I'm just telling you, this thing is tough. It is hard to be who this man has been for so long at this age without everything mentally being 100%. Again, I wish Erica Cross could jump on and talk about the mental psyche of a world-class athlete. That's a whole different level than what you played at, your division, your one single school or, your Division III school that you played at. It's not the same. You and Tom Brady are not the same. And just because you divorced your wife and took up with your brother's ex-wife, it doesn't mean that Tom Brady can move on like that. It doesn't. It doesn't. It does. Somebody said, AJ, you always be throwing shade in the middle. I don't throw shade. I throw eclipses. And every now and then, if it's real bad, I got to throw a black hole or two out there. So I'm just saying, man, it's crazy because if Tom Brady had a nagging injury, the team would consider shutting him down. I'm really ready to propose. We're 7 games in. If by week 10, week 9 or 10, Tom Brady hadn't gotten it together, I'd consider shutting him down. You got a young quarterback behind him that you need to see what you got in anyway. I would consider shutting him down. Because, again, the way his mentals are, he's liable to get somebody hurt or get hurt himself. And you don't want that, right? Again, this one is tough. This one is more personal than it is professional. What's up, Coach Cole? Coach Johnny Cole had a great show yesterday. Great show talking about HBCU homecoming at Texas Southern University. This is the homecoming weekend, and it was some great guests talking about their experience on the campus of Texas Southern. I learned some stuff yesterday. I've been on that campus. I used to pastor a church on that campus. Oh, Keith Hennick is calling. Hold on. Let me get him on here live. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, it's Keith Hennig.
What's going on, boss man?
Hey. So, Tom Brady, can we start with him?
Yeah. I just got done talking about it. I said that if he doesn't get it together, by week 9, game 9, game 10, they need to consider shutting him down.
Well, the problem with Brady is multifaceted. Yes, he is going through mental issues. I totally believe that. But I think even with his 20-year-old arm, the rest of him is shot. He's just shot. He can't run. He's not thinking straight, and the play calling is horrible, just horrible.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I've been a little curious at Byron Leftwich then you're running a guy out there that folks can tell is not all the way there.
I'm not exactly sure what you're saying.
I'm saying you can't have Tom Brady right now trying to figure out how to throw the ball 50 times a game. You can't do that.
Oh, no. No. And they have no O-line. And Todd Bowles is a guy that I have incredible respect for, but he's a defensive coordinator. He is. And I just don't think his shot as a head coach is going well. And he should focus on that defense and let somebody else call the head coaching duties.
Well, I want Todd Bowles to do well. I felt like Todd Bowles got a very raw deal in New York with the Jets.
I agree.
I felt like finally we have a black head coach that took over a team that was not in last place and that did not have anything in the cupboard. But I just feel like there's a number, like you said, a number of things going on that is causing them to be where they are. And oh yeah, by the way, they're 3-4, but they're still in first place.
Oh yay, 3-4. And you talk about Green Bay's losses. Look at the Bucks.
Yeah, no, there's some ugly ones on there. Definitely some ugly ones on there.
Steelers, you lose to the Carolina Panthers. Really? What do you put that on?
I said, number one, I'm going with Byron Leftwich. Number two, I'm going with Todd Bowles. And like I said, Tom Brady himself has to, look somebody in the eye and say, hey, listen, I can't get it done today. I can't get it done today.
Well, he hasn't been able to get it done this season unless he reels off 7 or 8 or 10 straight wins. I think he's finished.
You know what? And here's the sad part. And I said I wasn't going to talk about the personal piece. Imagine if he stayed finished before the season started. How different this whole discussion would be. How different his life would be. Life is a series of decisions and choices and inches and breaks. And I just feel like if he were to call it quits after this season, man, that would have been a costly loss.
Well, I wanted him to retire after his Super Bowl win, but he came back and, went the championship game last year, and that's fine and good. But this year is just Leonard Fournette can't gain 1 yard on 2 tries. There's just so much dysfunction going on down there. It hurts my heart, man.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep, yours and mine. What do you think they do this week? Who do they have this week?
I think they're going to upset the Ravens this week.
I don't want that.
I know you don't.
Yeah,
but I think it's time to poop or get off the pot. And if they're going to start pooping, it's got to be Thursday night.
Okay. All right. Well, you and I will agree to disagree on that one. I'm going Ravens on that one.
Of course you are. Everybody is.
But let me tell you something. If there's any defense that Tom Brady and Byron Leftwich could get well on, it's that Ravens defense. It leaves a lot to be desired.
It does. Lamar Jackson can't win the game by himself.
Nope. He sure can. All right, brother. You have a good rest of your day, man. Appreciate you calling in as always, Keith.
Absolutely. You take care. We'll talk soon.
All right, Keith Hennig, long-time listener, caller, friend, brother. I love that dude. I'll fight you over Keith Hennig. I will fight you over Keith Hennig. He was talking about Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette carried the ball 8 times for 19 yards. You can't win with that. Rashad White carried the ball for 6 times for 24 yards. As a team that carried the ball 16 times for 46 yards, but they threw the ball 49 times for 290 yards and didn't get in the end zone once. Got to be better. I'm all for black head coaches, black coordinators, but you still got to be effective. You can't just be, a brother and I'm just going to say amen to everything you say or do. So, yeah. Appreciate that call. Anybody else want to get in? 832-403-5005, 840-350-05. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday. We'll take a quick break. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E. Streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3.
This is a BS3 network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Talk Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central.
All right, y'all, back here on Lunch Break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. And this internet is really not giving me a shot today. It is really not giving me a shot today. So might have to do a fast break show. All right, the mental pressure, Erica Cross says the mental the pressure of trying to maintain his expected level of play and physical aspect from being a long career and dealing with personal issues has to be tough. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not just making this stuff up either. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let me run through a couple of these real quick, and then I will announce who the winner is of the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge. We'll try to make sure they get their money tomorrow. Some of y'all had a really good week. Some of y'all not quite, but it came down to the tiebreaker, and we'll do that. We'll do that in just a second. All right. So anyway. What was the other surprising game? There was another surprising game. Jets beat the Broncos. That wasn't a surprise. Dolphins beating the Steelers. I sure hate to see what's going on in Pittsburgh because I love Mike Tomlin, but he doesn't have a quarterback right now. And Kenny Pickett might be it one day, but today ain't the day. Today ain't the day. Mitchell Trubisky had a shot. It's not working out. Texans and the Raiders. Again, Davis Mills. Good dude. Let me be honest. I've interviewed him. I've asked questions, what have you. Good dude, but the Texans need to draft a quarterback. If they got a shot for Bryce Young next season, they need to get him. They need to get Bryce Young next season, and they need to roll with him. They need to make him QB1 heading into training camp and all that. And, again, similar to what Keith Hennick was saying about Tom Brady. He's got an arm, but doesn't have the mobility. Davis Mills is semi-mobile and has an arm, but I don't know if he has the mental. Willie, is CJ eligible to come out this year? That's the only reason why I did not mention CJ Stroud. The only reason why I didn't mention CJ Stroud was I was not sure if he was eligible to come out after this season. If so, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All day, every day. He is. Okay. Well, then there it is. Let's let them fight over Bryce Young and let the Texans roll with CJ Stroud because he's a diamond in the rough, man. He's NFL QB1 ready right now. He sure is. He sure is. I mean, that game that he played this past weekend where started off kind of slow, had a bad first play. When he got sacked and fumbled the ball that wasn't the first play, but, had that bad play right there. He bounced back mightily. And that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Somebody who, after they make a mistake, they got a short memory and they can make some plays and make some things happen. CJ Stroud will look really good as a Houston Texan. But, again, no shade at Davis Mills, just backup quarterback. Lovey ain't going to say it out in public. But Lovey knows that they need some help at the quarterback spot. They definitely need help at the defensive spot. That front seven is mediocre at best. And Lovey is not going to complain. He's going to try and win with what he has. But Nick Caserio has got to upgrade the talent in Houston for them to be who and what they needed to be. I got to take this break. I'm gonna make I'll make the announcement on who won what, but I want to talk about the Colts and the Titans when I come back as well. We'll do that right after this on the lunch break. Powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of these folks right here.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
record. And I lost concentration and I fall off that hurdle. I was devastated.
Posición game ball de Canadá, dominando la prueba, y la estadounidense Sharifa Baxdale está en...
When I fell over that hurdle, it ended my career. And then all of a sudden, my coach grabs me by the throat. And I was going through some paperwork and seeing that he had spent 10 years in prison. And I was just like floored. It turned to domestic violence. I was terrified. So if I left, I don't know if I was going to die. My family didn't know if they was going to get a phone call to say that Sharifa was dead.
8910 radio, I just had a vehicle take a shot at me. Southbound on East 95th.
Broke the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles. Represented the United States of America.
Imagine being on the biggest, fastest roller coaster that you have ever been on. That's the way my life was for 20 years.
I never had no trouble out of her being what she wanted to be. Because if this is what she wanted to be a runner, well, God bless her, and he did.
All right, y'all, the last hurdle, a true Olympian story. Life of Dr. Sharifa Barksdale in the presentation phase. And one of our team members made a great pitch to a very, very capable and respected production house. So we'll see. We will see, but it's going to be coming soon. We're going to try and get it done by the end of the year, or get it out by the end of the year. It's ready to go. It's in the can and ready to go. So we will see. And then you'll be seeing some other productions that we got coming out of JM&E real soon. Got a really great reality TV show that some young people are working on up in Arkansas. Got a short run film that some folks are working on down here. I'm just glad that JM&E is a part of it. Amen. All right. I think Coach Cole is trying to call in. Coach, 832-403-5005. 832-403-5005. The Titans decided to make, the Colts decided to make a coaching change. I'm getting all tongue-tied. The Colts decided to make a quarterback change. Matt Ryan seasoned veteran quarterback benched, and they're going with Sam Ehlinger out of UT. So we'll see how that works out. I got the coach from the HBCU Stroll, Johnny Cole, on the phone. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
What you talking about today? Let's talk your team Tuesday. What you talking about today?
Man, get off Tom Brady, man. Man, the man almost lost his wife. He's 90 years old. It's two things. Them damn wide receivers gotta be that physically they get hurt every week or get kicked, suspended. And then secondly, you gotta run the football. When Tampa Bay is successful is when they give that ball to Fournette and running the football. You are absolutely right. You're not going to win a football game and your top back only touch it 9 times. Ain't no question. When you're an offensive coordinator, you give the ball to your playmakers. Tom is too old to put the whole game on Tom.
I agree. That's why I say you can't have him throwing the ball 50 times a game. And I got to put that on Byron Leftwich. You cannot have him throwing the ball 50 times a game, and he's 50 years old, and he's going through the doors. No, bro, you can't do that. You're not into what's going on.
And then, a lot of it is with Tom's mental.
Yeah.
He's a focused type of guy. He got AB putting his wife on social media and talking crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, you got Bruce Arians still there up in the box talking stuff. You know what I mean? And then he got his personal issues as well.
Yeah.
But definitely you got to come in the game. Those wide receivers got to do better. They got to be able to create separation and give him targets to throw the football. And, of course, catch it as well.
Yeah.
He lost his tight end as well.
Right.
He's playing up with a backup tight end.
Yep.
He's playing with a so-so offensive line.
Yep.
I would still take a Tom Brady where he at right now than a whole bunch of them. I guarantee you, Pittsburgh, they wouldn't be where they were.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. So they don't have the same holes that Tampa Bay has, like you said, on that offensive line. Their secondary is still suspect. And say what you want to say, those wide receivers have the potential to be the best in the game, but potential just means it hadn't happened yet.
Exactly, and they stay hurt too much.
Yeah.
Evidently, physical wise, they're not doing what they're supposed to do to keep the potential from being injured all the time. They're probably not either stretching enough, working hard on the off season, because we're just 7 games in.
I know.
And I don't even think he's been in a game where he had all of them healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say this, though. I will say this. If Tampa is going to have a year like this, this is the year to have it. Because New Orleans is trying to figure out who they are. Atlanta's trying to figure out who they are. And Carolina definitely is trying to figure out who they are. So you might see Tampa Bay win this thing with a 9-8 record. They might win it with an 8-9 record. They might be that team that wins the division under 500 or barely over 500. Now, what they do in the playoffs, that's different. But they just need to stay one game ahead of Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina.
Right.
Yeah, look, thank goodness they ain't in the NFC East because they would be in trouble over there.
Oh no, ain't no question.
Yeah,
you got to be playing good football over there, especially this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, nobody's talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I just did.
He's not getting it done.
Before you got on there, I ate his behind up. I chewed him up and down. It almost got personal. It was so bad. And I ain't scared of him, so he can come for me. He can come for me. All the discount double check fans can come for me because, baby, I got time today.
Well, I tell you what, my man Lovie Smith, definitely they need to get a quarterback down there.
Yeah.
They just can be built on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see the highs and lows, the inconsistent. So much turnover, so much politics took that team to an all-time low.
Yeah, you're being nice about it. Bill O'Brien set this organization back 5 years. Count the years from when Bill O'Brien finally got fired till they finally have a winning record. It's going to be at least 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, a coach can definitely hurt you, and it's just and of course you had the quarterback escapade and getting rid of your top quarterback, and maybe they could have worked through that. I think they could have, but sometimes the front office gets so involved with the day-to-day operations of a football team, and that screws everything up. Of course, we all know the number one team that does it is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And they'll never win. They'll never win. I'll put my 35 years of coaching in until his hands is out of the day-to-day operation of the game of football.
So wait a minute, you tell me they ain't gonna win the Super Bowl this year?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh,
no,
man.
sir. No, sir.
I ain't listening to you. Everybody listening to you. We got Coach Johnny Cole of the HBCU show on the show. Big homecoming coming up for your alma mater. Talk about that real quick.
Well, man, it's the big time. It's no different than your family reunion. Get your opportunity to go in and celebrate. And this is the great thing about HBCU colleges. It's always been in the past, it's always now, and it will be in the present. That once you go to school at an HBCU college, you don't only, for me, I was an athlete, but you don't only, I just didn't only just met athletes. I met people over in the biology department, in the language department, in the pharmacy school, in the law school, and those bonds and those friendships last forever. And I think that's what college is all about. I know these guys get caught up in going to all these PWIs, playing football there, and for 11 games, or let me say for 44 games during their career, they're the best thing since sliced bread. But as soon as that last day, that last time you catch that ball, you just anybody and a nobody when you go back to school there. So that's why, African American kids, depends on what you want. HBCU ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, when you go there, it's that special love, special bond that you have, that when you go back there, you're always going to know somebody.
Yep.
It's there at home.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule. Texas Southern has Lincoln College coming in town for the homecoming game Saturday at 2:00. With that win, they're going to be 4-4. When was the last time Texas Southern was 500 or better?
I think it was when Daryl Ashbury was the coach, and it was 10, 11, 12, 2013 or 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
This late in the season,
5 and 6 that year.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, this late in the season. I knew it had been a minute. I knew it had been.
But the good thing about it, they're really in the hunt. Of course, they got to win the West, but of course, a lot of things got to happen. Because Southern plays Jackson this weekend. Chances that Jackson is going to beat Southern, so that even up Southern and Texas Southern. But Texas Southern got to come and play Jackson the next week. So with their 2 losses, and they go in and upset Jackson, then they in a great driver's seat hoping that Prairie View loses.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So because Prairie View got 1 loss as well.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, it ain't over. It ain't over.
Oh no. I mean, Texas Southern looked good against Alcorn State. A lot of young kids on the team, and it looks like they're trying to turn that corner.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to turn that corner. So again, we'll beat Lincoln. We'll probably beat them 50-60 to nothing, and then we'll come back and get ready for Jackson State. And then after that, you got A&M, and then you got Grambling.
Now, Coach, go to the Southern Jackson State where ESPN Game Day is going to broadcast live from that game. What does Southern need to do to be able to beat Jackson State? Kind of like what we saw at the Celebration Bowl when nobody gave South Carolina State a chance, and they ended up waxing Jackson State.
Well, Jackson, defensively-wise, they play so much man, and that means they can put an extra person in the box.
Okay.
So when you play man, it's mano on mano, or my good is your good.
Okay.
I think I would throw a whole bunch of slants, hitches, and fades.
Okay.
Get my screen game going because Jackson likes to apply pressure.
Mm-hmm.
In that way. And then, the plays that you run, plays you run, you got to run power plays.
Okay.
What does that mean? That means I gotta bring an extra guy in the box, and I gotta block down, kick the in there and out. And that's the game plan. I don't care what they doing over there, what they practicing. If they ain't got that in the game plan, it's gonna be a long day. You gotta throw them. You gotta test those defensive backs.
Okay.
And and that's the thing. I think with Dion, with his persona and all this man is DBU. You got to get in some different sets, and that's what this spread offense don't do. It don't put you in different sets where you can outflank them and then create mismatches.
Okay.
For instance, when you play a team that's man coverage, you want to run some bunch formations.
Okay.
Where you can get some rubs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfectly sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna stop with my go. That's my game plan.
Yeah. No. And look. I want to know what they had to do. Now, what does Southern's defense have to do to slow down a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate in Shedeur Sanders?
Same things. Get extra men in box, take away the pass game, because the spread, or I think they call it something else. I forget the name they call it. It's the same to me. It's the dink and the dump.
Yeah.
Move your defensive backs back and have them pat their feet. Put the extra man in the box so you can make tackles. And then when they throwing their dinkies and dunks, your defensive backs. If I was the coach, the head coach, we'd be working on tackle drills at night.
Okay.
Because all you got to do is tackle.
Yeah.
You got to do is tackle.
Yeah. Don't give up a big play.
Throwing the football, three things can happen. He can catch it, he can miss it, he can tip it in interception. So I would move my secondary back because they would like to run a lot of hitches and a lot of slants. Put my extra man back and make secure beaters with the run. He really don't like to run.
He doesn't.
Didn't say he can't run.
Right.
He don't like to run.
Right.
Because in his mind, he's got a lot on his mind. He wanted the Heisman, and I want to throw for 300, and I want to throw for 400.
Right.
And he look at that more so than saying, I want to win a football game. And it's just a mentality.
Right.
He's young.
He's young. We got a chance to talk to him in Atlanta.
Right. He's been pushed that way.
Yeah.
And now everybody is Heisman. So he think, I got to throw 300 every night.
Yeah.
Because they're good enough. It depends on Southern secondary. I don't think that, they got some folks that can run and make big plays. If you seen them last week, you seen them against Alabama State, they stuffed them. And if you seen them against Campbell held them too, but they got beat on the big long ball.
Right. That's why I say don't give up the big play.
Right. And that's the same game plan that you got to be. Look, if they blitz you 90 plays, all you got to do is hit them on 5 fade routes or 4 fade routes. That's 28 points. And so you got to be thinking that way. You got to challenge them and take what they're giving you.
Right. Coach?
And you got to believe in your good is just as better or better than they good.
And that's what I think Coach Dooley will let those young people know in Southern that, hey, listen, we just as good as them. They ice ain't colder. They're not better. We just got to play it and show it.
Yeah. No, without a doubt, and you just gotta play football. It's a couple other things that I would do to them that I keep in my bag, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good game. The thing of it is we got to see if Southern can slow them down and not play for a high.
Right.
Because then now they're really gonna pin their ears back. And they really don't bring pressure on you.
Yeah, because they know where you got to be.
Right. They know that you got to throw the football.
Right.
But, once again, Southern can slow the ball game down, take some time off the clock, and play conservative. Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out, Coach. We'll also see you this weekend with Texas Southern and Lincoln at the homecoming game.
Yeah. I'm making sure that I get to see all my old teammates as well as all the kids I've coached. I've been a part of Texas Southern since 1981. So I know the players from the old days in the 70s all the way up to the present time. So I've been a player, assistant coach, a coach at Kingston, and also head coach for the program. So I love my university.
Well, you be careful over there at KTSU now. You watch out for them over there. You know what I'm talking about. All right, Coach, we'll talk to you soon, man. All right?
Okay.
All right, Coach Johnny Cole, HBCU Stroll, dropping in on us here on the lunch break. Good stuff. Hey, man, he still got that offensive mind, man. He knows how to break that stuff down. So we'll see how things play out this weekend. All right, y'all, let me get ready to go, man. This internet's been spotty. I hate to put out poor quality stuff there. It didn't drop down again. So I don't know what's going on in the world of Comcast, but it's affecting my business. So I do not like it. Dr. Coleman Holman, thank you for your service, sis. Love you. Hope everything has been well with you. Been thinking about you. So, all right, y'all, let me get ready to rock out of here. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it. So tune in tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. I'll tell you who won this week's Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, and what you need to do to get in so that you can get your $50 at the end of the year. If you're in the top 6, you'll compete for $500 cash. So again, y'all, have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you tomorrow for Winning Wednesday.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. Number 1. The long-awaited subpoena issued to Donald Trump by the January 6th committee was delivered Friday, more than a week after the bipartisan committee voted unanimously, calling the former president to appear to testify. Trump has not responded to the legal document, calling for his appearance next month. During a Sunday morning news program, committee co-chair Congresswoman Liz Cheney said he's not going to turn this into a circus, and this is far too serious. We've made it clear exactly what his obligations are, and we're proceeding with that. Number 2, since January 2021, demonstrators worldwide have called upon their governments to stop the rising fuel prices and living costs. In Romania, protesters blew horns and banged drums to voice their dismay over the increasing cost of living. People across France took to the streets to demand pay increases that keep pace with inflation. In the West African nation of Sierra Leone, the fuel price in that country has nearly doubled from 12,000 leones per liter to a record high of 22,000 leones. Number 3, people with compromised immune systems face a new winter of discontent. The ever-mutating Omicron virus threatens to outrun the preventive monoclonal antibody cocktail that hundreds of thousands of them have relied upon for extra protection against COVID. Troubling recent reports reveal the emergence of new Omicron subvariants that not only evade AstraZeneca's Emushield, but also the sole antibody drug that has retained effectiveness as treatment for COVID. Number 4, Kyla Thurston, a 42-year-old black woman, was viciously assaulted and thrown off a Metro Transit bus by a couple of teens in Washington, D.C., while the bus driver did nothing. Thurston gave up her seat to a young woman who came on board with young children, then asked the group of teens sitting nearby to stop using foul language. Cell phone video of the attack has now gone viral, gaining over 29,000 views on Twitter. A Metro Transit representative responded to the video, calling it disturbing and unacceptable. Number 5, personal items with significant sentimental value, but not necessarily monetary value, may be more difficult to address in an estate plan. Disputes over these items may even lead to litigation. Unfortunately, in some cases, the legal fees and court costs can eclipse the monetary value of the property itself. Read more about preserving the value in today's What You Need to Know newsletter, brought to you by Texas CPA Katrina M. Kraft. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Good friendships can make hard times bearable. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with the return of comedian extraordinaire Damon Williams and contributor Cameron Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Black Voters Matter and HBCU Go TV. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.